Okay, so we've had a few requests from some app users about transitioning from vocal exercise into song, learning to sing songs. The questions I get asked regularly about learning songs are, what's the best way to learn the melody? And what's the best way to memorize the lyric? And which comes first? Now, to answer the question, what should singers master first, lyrics or melody? The order in which singers master lyrics and melody can vary based on your individual preferences and learning styles. However, I'm going to recommend focusing on the melody first, and here's why. Melody is the fundamental element of music. Understanding and internalizing the melody allows a singer to grasp the core musical structure of the song. It provides a foundation upon which the lyrics can be built. It's the thing that draws you into the song in the first place. It's the melody. Quite often we hear the song, we don't even know what the lyrics are, but we love the song because the melody is what's drawing us or luring us in. Learning the melody helps singers develop their pitch accuracy and understanding the phrasing of the song. It allows us to navigate the musical contours and nuances, ensuring that your vocal performance aligns with the intended musical expression. So there's an emotional connection, and the melody often carries the emotional nuances and dynamics. Mastering the melody first allows a singer to convey the intended emotions of the song even before incorporating the lyrics. The melody of a song can serve as a natural memory aid as well. Singers who have a strong grasp of the melody may find it easier to remember the lyrics because they are already familiar with the musical framework. The melody can provide cues for recalling the sequence of words. In other words, melody is crucial for communicating the style and character of a song. By focusing on the melody first, we can capture the stylistic elements that make a piece unique, setting the stage for more authentic and engaging performances. Now, even though I recommend we start with the melody when memorizing a song, some singers might find it beneficial to work with the lyrics and melody simultaneously, especially if the lyrics are an integral part of the emotional expression of the song. Ultimately, the key is to strike a balance and ensure that both elements are mastered to create a cohesive and expressive vocal performance. As with any aspect of singing, consistent practice and experimentation will help you find the approach that works best for you. Repetition and visualization. Visualizing the lyrics. So listening to the song repeatedly, focusing on small sections at a time. Read along with the lyrics as you listen. Once you're familiar with a section, close your eyes and try to visualize the lyrics in your mind. Repeat this process, gradually incorporating larger portions of the song. Visualization can help create a mental map of the lyrics and then make it easier to digest and make this a habit or a memory. There's also something known as the association with music and melody. If you pay attention to the rhythm, melody, and musical phrasing of the song, these musical elements can serve as cues for remembering the lyrics. This is why I think it's important that you know the melody first. That you can sing or hum along with the melody, emphasizing the lyrics. The musical context can trigger memory and make it easier to recall the words in the right sequence. Write and rewrite. Transcribe the lyrics by hand. I find typing them out doesn't work as effectively as actually pen to paper. Writing down the words helps reinforce them in your memory. After transcribing the lyrics, rewrite them from memory without looking at the original. Repeat this process until you can accurately write the entire set of lyrics from the song you're learning. The act of writing engages different cognitive processes that can aid in memorization. So let me map out how I learn songs, how I memorize melody. I start by, of course, picking the song. I have the track. I make sure that the version of the song that I'm learning is the one that I want to learn or the one I'd like to emulate. Then I find the lyrics and I open up a drive file or a Word document and I put the lyrics in there. Now, what I do is I'll take the length of each breath, and each breath is now one line. And it gives you a visual of how long each line is. So I start there. And sometimes the document becomes quite long because even though I can fit more words on each line, I hit enter. That helps me line it up. Now I have that visual. So then I've got the track and the lyrics. And what I'll do is I'll listen to the track repeatedly while reading the lyrics, making sure the lyrics are correct, making sure any punctuation, as in spaces, rests, or what have you, is in there. Next step for me is to write pen to paper the lyrics. I write them out, and I check with my document to make sure the lyric is correct. And I'll do short forms. I'll write it exactly the way the song is written. So if it's an instead of and, or it's a slurred word, I write it that way because then my brain is going to know I'm not singing, something, I'm singing something, right? And then this is a great way to make sure you're doing it correctly. After I've written out the whole song a couple of times, then I'll go back to the first verse and this becomes my main focus. And I work on each line of the verse, and then what I'll do is take a fresh piece or turn the page over and try to write it out without having to reference the lyrics. Once I have the lyric document and the track, then I will listen to the track and while I read the lyric. And what I'm going to do maybe is hum the melody or just follow the melody without really forming any vowels, because this is going to take up memory space, my conscious memory space that I need to secure and memorize the lyrics and melody. So hum the melody while you read the lyric, right? And then you can do it with a legato stance, or you can do just to make sure you're placing the notes. Then again, pen to paper, write. See the lyric. Feel yourself writing the lyrics, smell the ink. It's all part of the process for me anyways. Okay, the melody's mapped out, the lyrics are memorized, now what? One of our users, Tony, has been working on Plain White T's Hey There Delilah. So I thought I'd show you on the piano what I would do is if I was learning this song. I would find out what the notes were, and I know that it starts here on A3. Hey there, Delilah, ba 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 ba. Right? So I find all the notes in the verse. And it sounds a little bland. It's just ba 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 ba, and that's exactly what you can do with the melody. Ba 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 ba. And after you start to solidify the placement of the notes here at the source, then you can hum it. And then, of course, when you start to stylize, it's not going to be so robotic. But these are good cues. It's visual. You can see, you can place, you can repeat, you can hear, you can feel it. And this is all part, or these are all keys to memorizing the song. So again, by the time you've memorized it, you're probably going to be slightly bored with it. And what's going to make it exciting again is when you do it in front of an audience, when you perform it, whether that's your friends and family or a coffee shop and nightclub or you're on a concert stage. Everyone has to go through the same process. I actually know a story of recording artists that do the very same process. They write a song, they're in the studio, they're creating all these sounds, recording all the instruments, recording all the vocals. Then the engineer mixes it and it's produced and mastered, and then they take a copy of that home and learn it. A very similar process that the songwriter goes through is something you have to go through to replicate the song, to learn the song, to make the song your own. First and foremost, this should be fun. Try to keep it fun. If you guys have any questions or concerns regarding the process of memorizing lyrics and melody, please drop me a note, send me a message, put something in the chat on the community page. Let's try to make this as fun as possible. Remember, the key is to sing for yourself.